Your top speech off.
Hey guys. So, I wanted to talk about something, and I wanted to kind of get it out there and just express myself freely about something that's been kind of weighing heavily on my mind this past week. And keep in mind, I'm not looking for a pity party. I'm not asking for a pity party. I'm not looking for any kind of validation. I guess what I'm really trying to do is resonate with other people. And I'm trying to validate other people, even myself, and my own experiences with what I'm about to really talk about. Because I know for a fact that I am not the only one dealing with this. I know a lot of people are. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, let's work through this together. I can do it, so we all can do it together. And the topic I want to cover is releasing. And why it feels so good and so powerful to release and just be free of the pent-up emotions and the pent-up energy that we keep in. It all goes back to being raised as a child. A lot of people, first off, I'm completely blind and I'm on the autism spectrum and I have complex PTSD. And being raised to fit in, to be normal, to put your accommodations pretty much in a box that shouldn't be opened. A lot of us face that. We absolutely do. And we've been conditioned to not do what makes us comfortable because it's not what everyone else does. And there may be some truth to that, but at the same time, I feel like we should do what makes us comfortable, what makes us safe, what makes us happy, because we should be good enough even with those accommodations. And a lot of us, we get conditioned, we get trained to not do that stuff, to have a structure around when to do it, when not to do it. And sometimes, that's okay because there is a time and a place for everything. But if the accommodation that the person is using, if they are autistic or if they have ADHD or if they're blind or whatever, or even if they're neurotypical, if it's not hurting anyone, we should be free to use that. And then we grow up people pleasing. So we put our needs last because we want to make people comfortable. Because all of our lives we've heard, don't do this, don't do that. You won't be accepted. You need to be normal. You need to do it this way. You need to do it that way. So we grow up people pleasing and putting our own needs pretty much last just to make everyone else comfortable and to make them happy because that's what they want. But at the end of the day, is that what we want? No, we should like what we do. But we often try too hard to mask, to fit in, and that can backfire. So this is where releasing comes into play. It feels good to release all that pent up energy and emotion in a safe place. How can you release? Well, there's different ways you can. Screaming, crying, physical movement, jumping up and down, playing a musical instrument as powerful as you need to, singing out loud. For people who are on the spectrum or who have ADHD, vocal stimming, singing out loud if you really want to, jumping up and down, just doing anything that you feel like you need to do in a safe place to get all that energy and get all that emotion out. And even if it takes many times of doing this, you are validating yourself. You're validating and you're supporting yourself. Just reassuring yourself that, you're not losing control. You're gaining back the power and the freedom that someone once took from you. And you're gaining back the power, and maybe it helps people to not be such a perfectionist. And once you release all that pent up energy, oh my gosh, you feel so much better in the end. I'll tell you, I did. Once I released all that stuff in music therapy, I felt so good. And I'm actually considering doing a few minutes of releasing in any way that I feel I need to do. I feel like I should do that for a few minutes in music therapy before getting on with our sessions. I think that's actually a good idea. And then once I feel comfortable enough to do that in my own home, well then, I'm going to do that. So it's important to be consistent with it, to also be confident that you're good enough just the way you are. And that you shouldn't have to change your ways of thinking or living or any of that stuff to make everyone else happy, make everyone else comfortable. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing isn't really hurting anyone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.